And hello, everybody, and welcome to the MLW Superfight Watch Party. I am Bobby Munson, your host with the most, coming at you with all of the insight of MLW Superfight card that we have going on here tonight. Looking forward to watching this one. Should be an exciting time. Looking forward to hanging out with every single one of you. As you see down below, that is the ticker where you can find all things our local establishment where we are broadcasting here, as well as the Video Bros Network. So go give us a like, follow, subscribe, all those wonderful things help keep the channel going. And I am pumped now because we've got friends in the chat. We got Brian Carter. Of course, it ain't a MLW night without Brian Carter. Hey, what's up? Super fight. That's right, super fight. I hope this ends up being better than Kings of Colosseum. I mean, it's not like there's much to live up to in that sense, but on paper, the card isn't the best. Let's just say that. We could have some surprises here, but I'm kind of left to believe that heading towards the middleweight championship matchup and the heavyweight championship match, outside of those two, I mean, I don't know if I'm that invested in the other few matches on this card. How about yourself, Brian? We'll find out, though. I have been surprised before with MLW. That is for sure. How's your weekend been so far, too? Kind of curious to see what match will be first on this particular card. Looks like we got 8.5 minutes. I agree. Not that excited about it. Just feels like none of it has much oomph to it. I mean, I'm curious about Mystico and Averna, I believe, is the opponent. I'm curious on that one. That could end up being a surprise one. I just don't really know about either one of those guys personally. I haven't seen a lot of their stuff is the problem, so I can't speak to it. But again, at least it's a one-on-one matchup where who knows? We might get a sleeper on that one. It might be a hell of a match. So let's see what we get here tonight. So again, if we can get a few good solid matchups on this card, it will definitely be a step up from Kings of Colosseum. They need to add some more oomph to this roster here soon. Very soon. Start pushing some more stars because they're going to need them because they're not going to be able to keep hold of everybody. Curious to know if anything to do with Contra leaks through again tonight, whether we get more blips of the Contra symbol coming up here or whether we're going to actually get a full-on reveal as to the whole Contra thing. It has been one of the more interesting pieces that I've seen from them as of late. The last two cards there that we watched had those kind of Contra things popping up, and I mean, again, huge fan of Contra. Contra unit was right around like them coming in was about the time the Papa Smokes kind of told me about MLW. We started watching it, started getting into reviewing it. So, Contra unit was a big part of the reason why we sit here today and talk about MLW on our programming. I'm always still rooting for them. I know they know they're down, I mean, they're not the top number one company or anything, but those of us who get it and enjoy it, we appreciate it at the same time. I mean, sure, there's things we don't like at times, but I don't fault the company. They do try hard, and they do try to give me a product that is actually an alternative to the other guys. 6 minutes left until Super Fight kicks off here. Let's find out. Again, let's hope for the best. Brian, we're gonna, outside of this Callahan match, because we know that's going to be a stinker, let's hope the whole rest of it is spot on here tonight. What do we got? Brian saying Nick Nemeth, Cardona, and Hammerstone are on GCW tonight, and Josh Bishop is fighting live in Akron. So star quality in MLW is down. So with Cardona, he seems to be gone completely. We know Hammerstone's done there. But Nemeth, I mean, it would be great if they could get Nick Nemeth, even if just for a one-off, but it would be sweet. The stuff that they did during the shutdowns there with the Bud Light 19. Sorry to skip over what you're saying there, Brian. It's just the Google bots absolutely hate using that word. Yeah, it was a rough time for wrestling in general, but I do recall it being one of the only programs I could watch, especially when it came to having empty arenas and stuff like that. I felt like, I don't know, it still felt like you could see behind the scenes of an overproduced wrestling program with the bigger guys, and it didn't click for me. The cinematography stuff, it's like a couple of them were fine, but it got tiresome really, really quick. But MLW, they held on. They did some good stuff during that time, and they were one of the better parts of professional wrestling during that shutdown period of pro wrestling. All right, less than 4.5 minutes to go. It's party time. Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. Papa Smokes, he's a workaholic, that old man. He's always busting ass on Saturday night there to serve up the many, many party people of the world. So Papa Smokes unable to really commit to these things necessarily. The guy never stops working, though, all the time. But he does miss watching the MLW programming. Here we go, 3.5 minutes. Showtime coming up. Kitty want to be on screen? Yeah, Kitty wants to be on screen. This one never wants to. We're going to force him today. There we go, Cosmo. You get to watch some MLW with me, bud. You're not going to stick around, though, are you? Nope, you're already going to fight it. He's having none of that. Nope. All right, go sit with your sister. Drink of choice tonight, Brian, is a hot chocolate, but it is a hot chocolate featuring wild turkey. So I've got wild turkey in my hot chocolate. It is delightful. It is absolutely delightful. It's keeping me warm on this. Well, like, it's not even cold here in Saskatchewan today. Like, we got to plus temperatures, but it was a very gloomy day because we're supposed to be getting more snow. It has been plus temperatures for the last week. It's been wild here. Way out of whack seasonal warms right now. But it's supposed to start tomorrow. It's supposed to have a whole week of snowfall coming in again, too. So, but yeah, a nice drink on a gloomy day is beautiful, especially when I get to watch some fights here coming up. 2.5 minutes till fight time. What are you drinking tonight, Brian? As I see those numbers uptick a little bit, we welcome more friends into the chat. Welcome here to the MLW Superfight watch party on our local establishment. My name is Bobby Munson, and I'm really glad that you're here to join us. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all those wonderful things. Never thought of that. Interesting. I enjoy it. A little bourbon inside the hot chocolate. I can mix quite a few different types of alcohols with hot chocolate, though. But it is a nice one. Definitely a nice one. Yeah, I still got the wild turkey that I bought for the last card that we did here. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is I'm finishing up the wild turkey that I started at the last, that the Kings of Coliseum one. All right. Less than a minute and a half, and we are showtime. All right, I'm excited now. Let's do this. I'm in a good mood. Let's have a good set of matches. I'm going to put all my distaste for Sami Callihan behind me and even try to bite my tongue and somewhat enjoy the match. Oh, it pains me to say it, but I will try. I will try my best. I promise. I got back from the West Coast Thursday night and became sorry, I can't even figure out what that word is. Sorry, Brian. For the word we cannot say. Oh, okay, I get it. You're dead. Okay. Sorry, man. Yeah, so sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're doing okay and staying well. It took me a minute. Sorry, I've been puffing away a little too long today, so my sharpness isn't quite there on this Saturday evening. So yeah, no, stay safe. Holy shit, man. Yeah, that's never a good thing. So hopefully you're doing okay, and hopefully your any family or anything they're doing okay as well too. So, uh, yeah, yeah, it's kind of silly about that word. It's because the bots can't determine what light you're using them in, so that's where the issue lies. They kind of come in and they just notice the word itself, and they can ding your channel for it to make it harder to find, kind of thing. It's kind of a It is what it is. And here we go. We have kicked off. MLW Superfight is on. Triller TV Plus. Make sure that you're watching on Triller TV Plus. If you don't, then you can't watch it here. But you can watch me talking about it. I do. I do like the edits that they've been doing, like these video packages for the openings and stuff like that to the cards. Whoever's doing the editing right now on MLW, I gotta say credit to them, because there's been some very sharp, very just standard editing, but that's all you need sometimes to make it look good. It looks really good on a wrestling card the way it's put together. It's not overproduced or over saturated with nonsense. It's to the point, it gets the hit. Joe Dombrowski and Numbnuts on commentary. Oh no, wait, hold. No, it's not Matt Striker tonight. Sweet, perfect. I missed the name of who this is. Oh, I'm so glad it's not Matt Striker. Yo, 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 Bobby Stats, how are you doing? How are you doing? MLW Superfight. Woo! I missed the name of who the commentator is tonight with Dombrowski. I assumed it was going to be Matt Striker, but it's not. Already off to a great start here. Fantastic. Got to get your predictions in, Bobby. I want to see how close you get to calling this card here tonight. You got it. Got watching the super fight. That's perfect. Are you going to be watching the NXT event, Vengeance Day, there tomorrow too, Bobby? Well, they're starting with one of the best matches on the freaking card. MLW Middleweight Championship match. I honestly thought this would be higher up, but they're going to go for the high energy to excite the crowd right off the hop here. You might be watching NXT Vengeance Day. That's awesome. Yeah, I know that. I believe as we speak or so, Ed and Astrid are pre-recording a pre-show to Vengeance Day there. They have a very special guest on with them. That's going to be airing on the channel. And then tomorrow after Vengeance Day, you're going to be able to watch them here live on our local establishment as they go ahead and give you their review of NXT Vengeance Day. So make sure to tune into that. That'll be on the Twitch side. So if you do want to watch that, I know that'll be over at our local establishment on Twitch tomorrow night live. Yeah, Jose Rodriguez coming down here. Rocky's got to have a proper introduction. I mean, we are talking about the MLW middleweight champion here. So here comes Jesus Rodriguez to give this done properly. You thinking a couple wrestlers might show up here tonight? Here tonight on MLW, or are you talking Vengeance Day tomorrow, Bobby? Oh, hey, there's the commercial stuff. Oh, interesting. Interesting. It starts already. I think I saw where Stryker may have said something bad during the last broadcast. I don't remember it, but it was something about the okay. Yeah, I know. There was something about that too. So, yeah, a couple could show up. Bobby, they clearly just blipped in the Contra unit stuff already here tonight. So Rocky Romero going to be coming out here. Selena De La Renta in his corner. Rocky Romero's good. I like this guy. Always thought highly of his work. This should be good. They've built this up enough, and they built Ichiban up enough to make this matter. But and for this matchup, he is picking Selena De La Renta's client, Rocky Romero, to retain in the 2 out of 3 falls MLW Middleweight Championship matchup. Interesting call, Bobby. I don't know. You know what? There seems to be an opportunity for them to keep putting the gold in Selena's clients' corners right now. So you could be onto something there, sir. Ahmad, how are you doing, Ahmad? Thank you for joining in. Saying, why is Sami Callihan on this card? I think you are amongst good company here because I think we can all agree we don't want Sami Callihan on the card. It is unfortunate, but well, we'll sift through the Sami Callihan crap to get to the good stuff. But yeah, I think you're amongst good people here because we all believe Sami Callihan doesn't belong on this MLW card. There we go. All right, this match underway now. 2 out of 3 falls. Expecting a lot of higher energy to get this crowd pumped up already. Good little back and forth to start between the two of them. And Bobby coming in here with, I could see maybe Ichiban picks up one victory and Rocky Romero. Yeah, I think it's going to go 1-1 so that we go to the final fall for sure. Yo, look who it is joining us in the chat. It's Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes. Hey, I miss you, brother, having you on these things. You know, if you're at home, I can send you the link. You can hop on in. Just let me know. But if you are at work, it's all good. I got control of the super center here tonight, taking care of business. There we go. Yes, 2 out of 3 falls, and these two back and forth quite nicely here. Like I said, a lot of high energy from the two of them. Rocky Romero with that gloating on the ropes. Oh, look at that. Nice by Ichiban. Nice counter. That suplex on the outside of the ring. Ahmad saying you rock, rock, my friend. Love your live stream. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you having you here all the time. Supporting means the world to me. So thank you for stopping by anytime we do these live streams. Yeah, every little bit helps having you and everybody here chatting and everything. It really helps to get the channel recommended to others out there. And, you know, the more we can do that, the more we can continue to bring these awesome kick-ass shows to you guys. Rock on, Papa Spokes. Thank you so much. Love you too, brother. Yeah, but like I said, if you are at home, you are free, let me know. You can hop on in, join this thing. Bobby saying Queen Ominata wrestled against Willow Nightingale last night on AEW Rampage. How was that matchup, Bobby? There's two great talents there that AEW's got on their hands. That ought to have been a pretty damn good matchup, I would think. Ryan saying, I'm hoping that now that MLW is touring again, they can be done pandering to the Philly fans with the death matches. Philly wrestling fans have poor taste. Yeah, the death match stuff needs to just take a go away time here in MLW. That would be wonderful. Bobby saying it was a great match. All right, I've got a recommendation, Bobby. I'm going to have to go and check that one out. I'll let you know what I think as well, too. Two great talents in that. Oh, look at that. Jesus Rodriguez grabbing Ishiban's foot, causing Rocky Romero to get the first fall of the matchup here tonight. Queen Ominata is wrestling tonight on Collision. All right. On Collision against Serena Deeb. Okay, that's another good one as well too. Giving her some really good competition by the sounds of it. Yeah, Serena Deeb is good. So Romero now with one fall so far. So again, if he gets the next fall, this thing could be over early. So I would expect Ishiban, the fighting back baby face in this one, to start getting his, getting his time in soon enough, and he will get that second fall. It's always a pleasure, my friend. Rock on. So glad you're here. Keep on joining these chats all the time. Always get to know everybody here. We're all a great bunch of friends hanging out together. Bobby saying, "Let's go, Rocky Romero." Bobby wants this one to end early. Bobby wants Rocky Romero to get away with this one with two clean falls. I'm thinking, if you could call that first one a clean fall, a little bit of that shady gray area being used there by Jesus Rodriguez to help Selena De La Renta's client to get that one. As they say, by hook or by crook, Rocky Romero looking to find a way. Ichiban now fighting back from behind. Rocky Romero just too good. Another backbreaker takes Ichiban down. The cover in the middle of the ring. Only a 2 count, though. As they say, it's always important to get that first fall in any single one of these matches. Rocky Romero's been able to just take his time, pick his opponent apart so far, bit by bit, just wearing Ichiban down, so that even in the chance that the babyface here, Ichiban, was to pick up a victory, the damage has already been done, making that last and final victory a lot easier for the champion to obtain. Lot asking, who do you want to win? I'm going with Rocky Romero. I like Rocky's work a lot, and I think that them building this uh, promociones del the one that Selena's behind anyway. Sorry, I am. But that group that is being banded together, I think, has got a lot of the goal heading their way and everything to really build a strong heel faction. So keeping it on Rocky might be the smart move. But they have left me some doubt that they could put it on Ishiban because they have built him up in preparation for this exact encounter. So a part of me has a little bit of doubt that Rocky will end up pulling it off. However, I still will go with Rocky Romero for the victory on this one. Bobby saying, I would have rather wanted the guy that dressed up as Fred Flintstone on this card than have Sammy Callahan. I'm in full agreement, my friend. We never talked about Microman leaving. I enjoyed him for about 2 weeks, but was not unhappy when he was gone. I think because we kind of said it as well too. The whole Microman gimmick. Again, it's got a shelf life in MLW. It was fun for a short period of time, and they knew when that time was starting to run down, which is one of the nice things about how we can switch the roster in and out in MLW a little easier than some other companies can. So we have the opportunities to move things around and use opportunities like Microman to come in and entertain people for that period of time that it becomes quite entertaining. And it was for a while. Of course, working with Mance Warner and stuff like that, there was some comical moments with Microman. Oh, still haven't had that second fall here. No victory for Rocky Romero yet. Ichiban still looking to tie this thing up. Crossbody. Ooh, still not a cover. I got to say already, the person that they have on commentary tonight, and I hope somebody can find out what his name is, uh, doing a hell of a great job. It is a breath of fresh air compared to having Matt Stryker there over the last little while. I can't believe Ichiban landed on his feet over there. Jumps, does that dive or jump, flip over the top rope there, lands on his feet on the concrete floor. That's going to be the cover right there. 1, 2. Yeah, there it is. 1 1. 1 1. We're all tied up. Bobby saying, who would you like to see Matt Riddle wrestle against next on the MLW card? You know what? How long do they have him, Bobby? Because again, I think if he's only going to be there for a short period of time, then they have to do the match with Alex Kane. They really have to do a match with Alex Kane and Matt Riddle while they have that opportunity, I feel. So we're tied up 1 1 now, each one gaining in confidence. Gotta say, good opener so far. I'm enjoying this opening to this. I knew I would. I knew I would enjoy this particular matchup. Middleweight championship matchup, 1-on-1. Worthwhile to get the things fired up here today. He is on the MLW card for the end of February. All right. So okay. Curious to see how much longer they have him after that, whether or not this is a long-term deal that he's going to be there for a while, or if he's got other plans heading any other direction in the world of professional wrestling. Back and forth between these two, showing a lot of heart and determination. Rocky Romero wants to retain, but Ichiban wanting to live out a dream and become the champion here tonight. Brian saying, didn't Rocky have an eye patch? He sure did. He sure did have an eye patch coming down. Must just be for show, though, I'm guessing. Because doesn't seem to be having any problem seeing right at the moment, especially with that tilt-a-whirl DDT that he just did. Matt Riddle versus Dave Boy Smith Jr. or Richard Holiday. Definitely, yeah. If Holiday's even there, again, I have a feeling Holiday's appearance might have been a one-off appearance, possibly. But against David Boy Smith Jr., hell yeah, that's a great match I'd like to see. Fantastic idea. All right. Looking like two of them going to the top rope now. I'm predicting Spanish Fly gets done. Aren't I? Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Could still be right. There we go. Oh no. Superplex? Okay. Superplex. I was wrong. Bobby saying, I think Richard Holiday is booked on the MLW Fusion tapings for today. Well, that would determine the fact that he's probably there for a little while at least. I didn't notice that, so that's good news. I glad if they got Richard Holiday for a little while, that would be good. I keep thinking that Richard Holiday is only that, one phone call away very soon from getting a call from somebody else and moving up in the world. Jesus Rodriguez now getting a little beat up there by Ishiban. Oh, oh, so close to a new champ. So close. This is this is a good one. This is a great match. I like this. Cover. Brian saying the Aztecas are there. Yet they always seem to follow Selena when she's out there with her clients, I've noticed last few times. Bobby saying this is awesome. I agree 100%, Bobby. Yep, this is awesome. I am loving this matchup. Great start to this card. Two of them back and forth on the outside of the ring here, or just outside the apron. Would you like to see TNA or New Japan Pro Wrestling bring in Richard Holiday? I don't know if Holiday, it's hard to say. I'd like to see him in TNA for sure because I think his style, his persona fits TNA. Oh, still not a finish. Ichiban kicks out. But to go back to that again, Bobby, New Japan, just with the style, I don't know that Holiday's style and Holiday's persona fits New Japan Pro Wrestling as much, but it definitely would fit TNA quite nicely. But I could be completely wrong. Again, I don't know. Maybe he would go over to New Japan and excel. I'm not sure. I just really don't know if Holiday's style and gimmick really fit the New Japan setup. And that's got to be it. No. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. Ishiban wants this thing. He has got the crowd chanting for him now. Bobby, your mind's blown too, eh? Shocked. Oh, now Rocky manipulating the fingers, digits of Ichiban, and now going in with those forearms right to the side of the head, trying to go for a complete TKO now. Oh, Ichiban now firing up. Takes a kick right to the face. There we go. That'll be it. Rocky Romero for the victory. Great matchup, though. Great matchup. Ishiban comes out of that looking like a star. Like that was good. That was a good way to showcase Ishiban and having him come that close to defeating a champion like Rocky Romero. Awesome start to this matchup. Yeah, you bet. I love it. Want to know you sure are. Brittany Stratton being on SmackDown roster. Is she full? Like they brought her up officially, or was it a one-off appearance? I didn't watch it to be honest with you, but I do believe that that's fantastic for her. I mean, that's a very quick rise from her start to getting onto SmackDown already. That is a lot of big trust that the company is putting in her. I know that I haven't seen a lot of her stuff, but what I've seen, clearly she is getting it. She's coming along nicely. She's still got a long way to go, but she is a star on the rise, and I think that the company wants to highlight that. And I think that would be the reason that they would bring her up at this point in time, hoping to capitalize especially while her gimmick, her persona is over like it is. She signed a SmackDown contract and wrestled against Mishi and Mia Yim. Oh, okay. All right, perfect. So she is there. They really want to go with it. Oh, look at Selena attacking the Azteca head. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's kicking the tar out of that henchman. Destroy him, Selena. Just full on, just absolutely destroys them. That was great. Naomi's on the SmackDown roster too. Perfect. Adds a lot of much needed star power there as well too. Oh, they're going back to show when Kojima won the MLW championship. 2002. Holy, yeah, wow. 2002. I was what, a year out of high school at that point. Selena De La Renta's next goal should be going after the MLW National Openweight Championship. I think that is very plausible and I think a very good idea. I would like to see her have the right person there, the right fighter to go into that matchup and take in, solidify that, in my opinion. Brian saying that doesn't make me think he is good, just old. You know, I'll still take this over some stuff we could get. I think that Kojima still has enough going on inside the ring, and he has shown that at his age that we're going to get a solid match with him and Kane here tonight. Barry, how are you doing, Barry? Hello, everyone. I agree on Tiffany. Not a finished product, but tons of potential, personality, and solid basic skills. Exactly. And I think that is what is being rewarded here in bringing her to the main roster. I hope that it wasn't too fast, and I hope that they're able to capitalize properly on this, on bringing her there for sure. Bobby saying Ishii, future champion in the MLW. I respect his work. His work was fantastic here tonight. And we got Davey Boy Smith Jr. now heading out to the ring. It's all the carbs that makes him good. Hey, those carbs can be delicious, although I know they're not the best for you, but bread is good stuff. Canadian flag. There we go. I like it. There we go, Davey boy. Bobby's picking Davey Boy Smith Jr. to pick up the victory here in this one. All right, one called Manders now coming to the ring. So one called Manders, Davey Boy Smith Jr. Davey Boy Smith Jr. has been out with injury. Was originally supposed to be taking on Alex Kane prior to the turn of the new year there, but injury kept him out of that. I'd imagine that match has still got to be in their thoughts. Because let's not kid ourselves, Cobra is not winning the belt tonight. Brian saying, good to see him back. Manders is going to be beat down. See, like I like Manders. I think his biggest problem is been hanging out with Mance Warner too long. I think the Manders himself even could go into this thing on his own like he is tonight. I like the fact that he's not situated with his little crew here and stuff like that. We actually get a big boy fight here, so and these two not hesitating at all, just going right at it. Davey Boy Smith Jr. Like I really respect his work. I really respect him. It's always been just something that's kept him back, and I think that he's just not there as a talker or anything, and nobody's been able to really be a manager for him that can be the mouthpiece that he needs. If there was the right mouthpiece paired with Davey Boy Smith Jr., his capability in a ring is very much there. But he is too nice and too unable to really deliver when it comes to a promo, I find. In the ring, deliver. On the mic, not so much. Bobby saying, I wish TR James or Zeta Steel was on MLW Superfight. Yeah, well, I think they were on the pre-show, the tapings, so we'll get that with the free show that they put on YouTube here, I'd imagine within a couple of weeks. Brian saying, I agree he could have gone in Arn Anderson direction instead of Rodeo Clown. Yes, exactly. He's got a very old school feel about him. His work has kind of got an old school feel about it. I think that perfectly says it with Arn Anderson. I think that would be a great direction. And I think they could still do that. I think that the whole Good Brother 3 and all this Mance Warner stuff is slowly creeping out. And I hope we are going to see a shift in things. Because again, while there wasn't a whole lot of build to this matchup here, like these are two very capable big guy wrestlers. Thinking about it now, Davey Boy Smith Jr. could be a good one to take the national open weight championship. That I could see. Bobby coming in. The bounty hunter Brian Keith got an AEW graphic. A lot of people showing up on a lot of different shows lately as well too, and a lot of speculation about where we're going to see some of the other big names that are currently on the free agency list. 2024 is going to be big year in terms of people shifting where they've been and where they're wrestling for. It's going to be wild. Bob wishes he was wrestling on MLW. That would have been a great option. Barry saying loads of wrestlers around today that could really be big names if they had a manager, but wrestling companies don't seem to put a lot of effort into creating good ones. Yeah, the whole manager thing is a bit of a lost art, I find. There is some that are decent or good, but compared to way back when managers were utilized in the best of ways, it seems like those days are gone, and sadly too, because I believe that it's an art that needs to come back to professional wrestling. But yeah, I think managers really do help to hide some of those weaknesses that some wrestlers have in their game. And again, I call it a weakness. It's not everybody can cut a promo. Not everybody can sit in front of a camera or a microphone and just talk for periods of time and give you that kind of that oomph that you need and everything. Some people feel awkward in doing that. And that's where you need those managers that can really deliver, really sell it. Did he get him the hard way? I don't think that was a blade job. I think he might have actually cut him the hard way. I didn't see the blade job anyway, if that's the case. Barry saying, yeah, just have to look at Paul Heyman to see what a great man. Exactly. You know what? He's been fantastic in making that storyline matter for so long, making sure that it was done right and that his presence was done in the right way. And prior to that, almost he hasn't had everybody become a success for him, but his successes as a manager and a mouthpiece have far outweighed his failures. Yeah, Manners has got some good color here tonight. And again, I know that I'm not into the death match type stuff, but if color happens or color it works in something like this, especially Davey Boy Smith just really driving that elbow into the head of Manders in order to cut him and everything like that. It really makes Davey Boy Smith look like a true badass in there by doing that. This looks like a fight. It feels like a fight, and color has a decent presence here in this one. Bobby saying, I still haven't find the other commentary name. Oh yeah, I mean, I might have to just look it up after the show here, Bobby, and look into it. But I'm glad that they got somebody else. I'm finding that it's a breath of fresh air over having Matt Stryker there previously. So happy to have Stryker gone at this point in time. Ryan saying it was an elbow that tore his forehead. That's what I thought as well too. I figured he did it the hard way by using the elbow to tear the skin. Which I mean, if someone can do it and they can do it right, I've heard horror stories about breaking the skin the hard way. That if person doesn't do it right, it doesn't always heal properly. and then the scarring gets a lot worse. But there are some in the industry that know what they're doing, and I imagine Davy Boy Smith Jr. is somebody that knows what he's doing. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's trained every type of fighting style, MMA type fighting style. He has worked hard in the gym. I mean, he's a legitimate ass kicker on top of being a professional wrestler. A huge back body drop from Manners to David Boy Smith Jr. Again, this has been good. This I'm so far impressed. Again, this was not one that I was ticking off on being high on my chart for enjoyable, but damn, this has been a good match. I think we might end up with a card that's way better than Kings of Colosseum because Kings of Colosseum was not good, and Super Fight so far has been a super fight. Bobby saying, let's go, Davey Boy Smith Jr. Either way, man, this is made these two look like a couple of absolute sluggers in there. This is great. This is solid. Andrews with all the momentum at the moment. Davy Boy back to his feet. They're going to the top rope now. Be looking at, oh man, that could be one heavy superplex if that's the direction they're going. It looks like it too. Oh, that's a lot of beef hitting the ring. It's still not enough. 2.5 count. Manders kicks out. Holding Manders out, looking like a pile driver coming up. Whew. Damn. Kicks out again. Pile driver, kick out, and now a crossface on Manders' center of the ring. Manders just giving the finger. This is one of those situations where they need him to pass out. He's out. That's where it's going. Well, good finish. Good finish. Oh, Melanad, welcome to the chat. And I read that and I chuckled. Can I just check? This isn't a stream just for people whose names start with B. That is a really good question to be asking. And now all of a sudden I kind of half expect that my boy Basser is going to show up now just to make that worse for you. But we have you in here now. So again, Melonhead, welcome to the chat. So no, it's not. You are more than welcome here, just like everyone's welcome here. Bobby saying, I'm still waiting for someone from Oceania Pro Wrestling to wrestle in an MLW ring. Yeah, that's got to be coming up soon. Who knows? Maybe even someone will show up tonight to lead to something down the road. But what a matchup that was. Davey Boy Smith Jr. picking up the victory. Great, solid matchup. Two good matchups in a row here tonight already. Loving it. What a way to start this MLW Super Fight off. And a great victory for Davey Boy Smith Jr. Man, the World Titan Federation needed that win badly because they have been taking a lot of L's over the last little while. Bobby, you are 2-0 on your predictions, my friend. 2-0 on your predictions. Good job, my man. All right. Bobby saying, I hope Sammy Callahan doesn't get rid of my prediction list. Well, we'll see coming up soon. I'm sure of that. I'm Curious where this whole promo is going right now. What kind of challenge is this setting up? Who is Sammy fighting? He is fighting Akira tonight. While that was a little bit of a confusing promo, it was probably the most oomph I've heard in Davey Boy Smith Jr. from a promo standpoint before. Like I said, he's always almost there. Like again, in the ring, fantastic. Tonight, great. Great matchup. Loved it. I'm just curious to see where it's all leading. Who's the next opponent? Is he going after Alex Kane? Is he going after the open weight championship? So we got the shows coming up. So February 17th, the Burning Crush on YouTube. So that'll be the tapings from tonight's. So then we got Thursday, February 29th, Intimidation Games. So that one's going to have to be live on Ring Respect Radio Night there with us. Friday, March 29th is the War Chamber. Whoa, we got a War Chambers on a Friday night. Oh, shit. That's going to be interesting. And then, of course, the one that Brian's going to Saturday, May the 11th, Azteca Lutra in Chicago. Going to be very, very interesting. Bobby saying MLW Intimidation Games. You bet. All right, Jacob Fatu time. Are we going to finally get a Contra full reveal here? Are we going to see more of it? We saw the blip earlier in the broadcast. In the first matchup, we saw the Contra blip once again coming in. We need answers. What is going on with Contra unit? Bobby saying Jacob Fatu is his pick for the win here tonight. I'll get that on the screen. There we go. Jacob Fatu for the win. All right, Bobby, you got your pick locked there. I don't know here, man. I feel like we might get a dusty finish or something like that, where we might not even get an actual winner. I'm not sure. If there's anything with Contra unit in this particular matchup, we could see a no contest. Just saying. Melonhead saying, I think Sammy will win that matchup. There's probably a strong chance they're going to go with Sammy winning that matchup. Kira's been taking L's all over the place. I'm really not sure why. I think that he's been the better option for a while, but just my thought. I'm not really a Sammy Callahan fan, so I can't really get on board with Sammy winning stuff, but whatever. Lot two is done after night, says Brian. I keep thinking that every single time we see him, unfortunately, but the world is a buzz with talk of Jacob Fatu going to a bigger company. I know there was mention that Booker T is trying to get WWE to sign Jacob Fatu. I know that there's been interest in New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's obviously going to be interest on the AEW side for someone like Jacob Fatu as well. There are companies that would like to get him. Hell, I mean, even TNA would be a good landing for Jacob Fatu. Something different, a new ground, new opponents. His work needs to be more noted. Let's not kid ourselves. Jacob Fatu is one of the best unsigned major talents that you could get your hands on today. And he's ready to be on TV. That's the best part. It's not someone with potential that you need work on. Jacob Fatu is ready today to be on television. Jacob Fatu versus Nick Nemeth would be one blockbuster of a match, Bobby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love that idea. That is a great match idea. All right, Nagata versus Jacob Fatu. Bell is rung, match is on. Crowd is noisy for this one, though. They are excited. And Yuji Nagata, how long do we think Yuji Nagata still got left before he just has to say, that's it. I'm good. I mean, credit to people who can stay fit enough to be able to go at it long into their age and everything, but God, I struggle to get out of bed some days. How did these guys get in the ring and put up with this? Bobby say, "Take my money, TNA or New Japan Pro Wrestling." Yeah, again, whoever picks up Jacob Fatu, I think it's gonna the world will take notice. Again, I know anytime people who aren't too familiar with Jacob Fatu have had a chance to see him, a glimpse of him at another card somewhere, they're always stunned by just how good he is. And I think that he will make the world notice that once the right platform comes his way. But yeah, if we can get that Nick Nemeth Jacob Fatu match, Bobby, that would be phenomenal. I just hope they don't try to sign him to WWE and bring him into the Bloodline storyline because you know what? The timeline on that has definitely passed on doing any involvement with Jacob Fatu with the Bloodline. If you bring him to the WWE, you need to let him be Jacob Fatu and do his Jacob Fatu stuff. That's it. It speaks for itself. He can talk. All they need to do is edit the way he talks a little bit, tell him he can't be dropping F bombs. And from there, they'd be onto something. Bobby saying, "What if someone from Contra Unit shows up after this match?" Well, that's what I was saying too, Bobby. Is like, what if they show up during this match and we don't get an actual winner? What if there's an attack before the match is over? Because again, Contra Unit keeps flipping in. We just don't know what the story is. Everyone keeps thinking Fatu's done, but again, he has those links to Contra Unit. Is he around a little bit longer than we think here in MLW? Which I'm not complaining. We can keep on Jacob Fatu a little bit longer. I'd be happy with that. I would like some more Jacob Fatu matches before he ends up at one of the big companies. But again, I also want to see his success happen. So I also would not be mad if he got signed somewhere. Melonhead saying, stick him on NXT while he learns the WWE way and then quickly promote to the main roster. Hell yeah. Again, I think it's not that his in ring needs work with the NXT, it's just he needs to learn their style and their way. And that's exactly what I'm certain that's where you're going with that as well, too, is once he gets that time in front of the cameras doing the things that they want him to do, he'll get it and he'll be phenomenal at it. I'm sure of that. He picks up on everything perfectly. Brian saying MLW is becoming a retirement home. Well, yeah. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Nagata is up there in age, and he's definitely a little slower than most opponents that we see. Still been a pretty decent matchup though, despite Nagata not being, the spring chicken he was probably 60 years ago. Nagata working on the left, was that the right arm of Jacob Fatu, trying to take that part of his arsenal away from him. You feel the crowd was really hot coming into this matchup, and they've kind of got this like hush over them right now. It's really odd. It sounds odd right now. I'll be saying I'm predicting that Selena De La Renta will be on commentary during the women's featherweight matchup on the fusion tapings that they did. Yeah, there's a good chance of that for sure. Again, she would have been down there 100%. So I imagine that that would have definitely happened. There's been nothing overly wrong with this matchup. Just hasn't had the same kind of energy the other two matchups have had so far. I think it's just suffering from having to follow up what were two really solid openers here, and this match has been kind of, you know, Fatu having to feed into somebody who is clearly well past his time in a ring, and that's not me disrespecting Nagata. I respect Nagata for what he's done in the past, but those boots should have been hung up a while ago. Let's not kid ourselves. Oh, he's saying the scout Demi, either Delmi Exo or the notorious Mimi. Yeah, gotta check out the competition. Even Nagata's bumps feel slow. Handspring moonsault though from Jacob Fatu cover. Nope, this one's gonna carry on a bit. But that was like the most lively the crowd has been in ages in this matchup. As soon as that handspring moonsault came from Jacob Fatu, the crowd is like, oh, whoa, something's good. Wrestling's happening. They just woke up all of a sudden. I was saying it's great to see Eugene Nagata in MLW ring. I mean, for being that, he brings with him such history. Yes, 100%. It's nice to see him be able to say he's been there, been able to put on this kind of matchup. I mean, he still can do some things quite nicely for a guy who's at the age he is, and I respect him. It's just there seems to be like this clear disconnect in this matchup where it's kind of slowing everything down, and the crowd is kind of checked out a little bit on it. They don't hate it, kind of like us, but they're not loving it as much as they normally would match with a little bit more life in it. Nagata, yeah, has really been working those arms of Fatu, both sides now, trying to take that away. I think we've only got 5 matches on this card, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or maybe I missed one of them, but I'm pretty sure we've only got the Sammy Callahan match and the heavyweight championship matchup left. I think here we go. This is going to be the finish. There it is. Cover. There it is. Fatu with the victory. Bobby took another one there, my friend. You're on a roll, Bobby. 3-0. Big win for Jacob Fatu. The small werewolf picking up a victory here tonight. Oh, you're right. There is another match. Sorry, I forgot Mystico and Verno. That one could be good. That could be an interesting one too. This match was all right. It wasn't great, but uh it wasn't like yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in between on this one. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it. And yet this match was still better than almost anything on Kings of Colosseum. Bobby saying you like this, you like this one. I did, again, I I'm kind of impartial. I did and I didn't. It was good enough, but it wasn't great. I would say that the first two matchups on this card here tonight were better matchups overall. I think that Davy Boy and Manders was a surprise for me. I liked that one way more than I expected to like it. But that middleweight matchup that started things off was solid, really good. Yeah, here it is. Go Contra. Hold on here. Are we gonna get our answers finally? These are the Sentai Death Squad members. Yeah, Sentai Death Squad are coming in after Fatu, so the attack is on Jacob Fatu. He's just destroying them as usual. But who's marking them? Oh, it's Kruger, he is back. Oh yeah, the Black Hand of Contra is back. Sweet. Oh, he's just sending a whole army of Sentai Death Squad members in there. Oh man, yeah, you did call it, Bobby. You did call it. Fatu is just getting a total beatdown here. Mods Kruger back in MLW. All right. This has been a good solid night here tonight. Amazing. Oh, what is this? Oh, lean. Oh no, this is crazy. You got to lean Fatu over the unmember of the Sentai Death Squad. He's gonna hit him with that black club that he's got. That war club. Oh, sick. Wow. The masks came off. Maybe MLW is using your ideas to be. That's right. They've been checking out Bobby Stats' work. I mean, that would be one way to take Jacob Fatu out of MLW completely, is that what we just saw. But Mods Kruger, the Black Hand of Contra, comes out here in surprising fashion and just absolutely destroys Jacob Fatu with that Warhammer that he just clubbed across the back of the head of Jacob Fatu in very sick fashion here tonight. Look at that image of that beast of a man. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, they did the whole give the mic to Fatu spot, and right away, here comes Contri. Oh, this is good. This is so good. The follow up to the matchup even was more exciting than the match itself. So this, hell yeah, get some bonus points for that. Major bonus points. What a card so far. This is good. This is definitely better than Kings of Colosseum already. 100%. Oh no, here we go. Here's the Akira versus Sammy Callahan match coming up next. Imagine if we see Mods Kruger going after Alex Kane's title or Ricky Shane Page's title. Could be either one of those two things. This is huge. Getting Mods Kruger back in the picture. Man, he looks more scary than he ever did here tonight. Uh, just wow. Wow is all I can say. You called Richard Holiday's return too at MLW one shot. Yes, you did, Bobby. Brian saying the fact that the show is outperforming the matchups and expectations is great. Good night. Yeah. I I went into this thing thinking, I'm like, on paper, none of this was overly massively exciting. And yet so far, I am really enjoyed myself. I know that I'm about to have that derailed completely because I see Sammy Callahan on my screen. But here we go. I hope Contra finishes off the Contra. So far, one surprise so far. Yeah, and we could see more. Who knows? This is we had a quite the night. Oh, good. We have Death Machine rules. Yay! Yay! Oh, no DQ. What a shock. Oh, and you can't even stop the match due to blood loss. Okay, so it wasn't good enough. We got color in a match earlier. Let's get more color because that will help the show. Bobby's picking Akira. Akira, please win this for me. Yeah, let's call it a night, Brian, and say we had a good card. How can we fast forward this live portion of this TV screen? Death match. Ugh. Boo, Sammy Callahan, and boo anyone who associates with you. Like, I just do not get it with this guy. I don't get death matches. I don't get Sammy Callahan. I just none of it's interesting. We don't need more color. The color was very effective in the match with Manders and Davy Boy Smith Jr. So in here, it's just gonna be done because it's a death match. Because why not? When you can't wrestle, you can always do death matches. I would have rather wanted another New Japan Pro wrestler wrestle than Sammy Callahan. Yeah, and again, like they keep putting Akira in these spots, like they're gonna do something with him, but they're not. They had him lose in the openweight championship match. Now, is he going to win this? I don't know. Do I care at this point? I don't know about that either. Because now they're just putting him into silly death matches that I'm not a fan of. All right, predictions. How many seconds before they go to the outside of the ring? I'm going to say 7 seconds. All right, here we go. Mm, mm, mm. I failed already. Okay. He's Tommy Boy's evil brother. I could see Misco being next challenge for Rocky Romero. Yeah, I mean, if they give Mystico a big victory here tonight and he's going to be here for a little bit, then that would likely be the next plausible challenge for the championship. Oh, we just go right for the instant groin kick. They could have just ended it there. I would have been perfectly okay with that, even though Callahan would have got the win. Just going for that quick few seconds and just get this match over with. I would have been cool with it. But no, here we go. Callahan's to the outside. Now he's got some. Oh, good. Oh, paper cuts. Oh, that's what I. Garbage paper cuts. Why people do this? I cannot take it. Yeah, Bobby, let's talk about something positive. Awesome to see Mods Kruger back. I agree. I am happy to see Mods Kruger back. Definitely happier than I am seeing people do paper cut spots. Don't need any of this on my screen. What's in the bag? That, oh man, I'm already over this. I really am. This is killing the vibe of an otherwise good show. Brian said, taking a break. Let me know when it's over. Yeah, if I wasn't doing this live, Brian, I would be right there with you, sir. Bobby saying he misses Calvin Tankman in MLW. I do too, Bobby. I do too. Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, death matches suck. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go grab a refreshment here. Be right back with you guys. All right, I'm back. I'm back, and it looks like I didn't miss anything. Look, they're both still outside the ring. They're both still doing a stupid death match. He's still world champion at Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Good for him. I like Tankman. Tankman's good. Ryan, who spends less time at the gym, Ricky Shane Page or Sammy Callahan? I don't know. Does either one of them have a side gig working at one, like, at the front counter, not actually going there, but, taking a paycheck from them? Either way, I'm going to say Callahan just because I like him even less. And I don't really care for Ricky Shane Page all that much. Oh, just make this match over with already. Come on. We got two potentially quality matchups to go. Oh, good God, this guy. Bobby coming in. Steph Delander can beat Ricky Shane Page and Sammy Callahan. She could. I just don't know why I want to see that because I just means I have to have Ricky Shane Page or Sammy Callahan matches on my screen. Brian saying I'm not watching, but if Akira loses, how many beatdowns in a row is that for him? That would be they lost the tag titles. He lost the national open weight match. He lost this. If that's the case, like yeah, it's one after another after another. Then what's the point? There's no bouncing back from that. To me, it's like either shit or get off the pot. If you're gonna do something with Akira, do it already. But if you're not, then why keep doing this to this guy? Okay, so Akira went through that board more than Callahan did. And yet the sell is that Callahan is the one that got hurt in that process. Bobby saying, how about Steph Delander or Alison Kay as the MLW Featherweight Championship? I'd be fine with either one of those things because both are very, very talented women's wrestlers. And I think that they would be great as champions in MLW. You had some biting, table spots, lemon eating, lemon squishing. I'll take another sip of my kombucha. Maybe that will be better. Kiwi and pineapple. Bobby saying, come on, Akira. Come on, end of the matchup. That's what I'm rooting for. Come on, match to end. Let's go, match end. Let's go, match end. Here we go. Color happening. Now we got staple guns. Wonderful. Lazy wrestling. Lazy booking. Only the toughest guys fight with fruit. But that would be implying that Sammy Callahan's a tough guy, Brian, and I just can't take it. I just can't. Oh, we're gonna have a staple gun war here. Oh, good God. Just end it now. Stop this torture. This is as much a death match for me because I'm dying here watching this garbage. Oh no, just stop this. Oh my God. Someone put a sleeper hold on me so I can go to take a nap during this. Bobby saying, I hope he isn't on the next MLW pay per view. I agree. At this point, I'm hoping neither of them are because Akira just playing along with this shit. So I just can't put him on any better level. I had more interest in Akira at one point, but the more he keeps doing this silly deathmatch garbage, I've lost all interest. They just take it. Like that's like who does that? Like just for fun. Like, hey, let's just go and wait for somebody to staple me. This is pandering to the Philly audience at its best right here. This oh, you guys used like ECW, hey? Well, watch what we can do. Come on, and let's get this over with. Let's get the other two matches on. You know, and why the hell is Janai Kai not on this damn card? Like, you've got six matchups on this thing, and not one is a featherweights matchup. You don't have the featherweights champion on the main card. I just really don't understand. Still waiting for the MLW Battle Riot. I'm finding that's pretty wild that that's on a Friday night, Bobby. Friday night for the MLW Battle Riot. And for the first time ever, the Battle Riot's going to be live. So, damn, that's going to be a fun night for a watch along. Live reacting to the MLW Battle Riot. I am going to have a blast doing that. I'm definitely going to have to see if I can get some people on here. Maybe Pop Smokes will actually be able to join me for that one, especially with enough heads up. Maybe he can plead to be able to join in for the Battle Riot one. Oh, come on, just end this. I don't need more near falls. Just put it to rest, boys. What's worse than Sammy Callahan's wrestling? Most of his tattoos. There's your answer. Sammy, I can recommend a tattoo artist for you. It does way better work. My tattoos look better than yours. I'll be saying at least we have Mads Kruger. Yes. And you know what? At least we've had a good card so far. If this ends up being the only stinker on this card, then that would be fantastic. Way better than I expected it to be. I didn't really have a lot of high expectation going into this one. So if this is the only downside, then fine. And it keeps going on. Like that would have been a good way to that would have been a good spot to finish this one. And yet, nope. Oh man. And now they've just kind of slowed down too. So you go with a brain buster and then have a guy kick out in less than 1 second. Brian said he'd rather watch Speedball Mike Bailey than watch this. Poor Speedball. Brian just does not like his Speedball Mike Bailey. Bobby said, "Do you think Cesar Duran will show up tonight?" I don't know. I I I don't know. Maybe they've got some sort of plan in place with him. I mean, it seems to be something there, a story brewing with Sammy wins. Oh, you didn't get that one, Bobby. You didn't get that one. Sammy cost you a point here, bud. Well, just did not need that at all. Yeah. Now we got Ricky Shane Page out there because, let's just add to the list of characters that I really don't want to watch right now. So you just completely have destroyed Akira and any chance he had of any credibility now in this company. Like, Akira might as well just move on to somewhere else entirely now. Bobby saying, I hate that Sammy Callahan caused me to lose that one. Yeah, well, I had a feeling that this one was probably going to go Callahan's way. Yeah, what are we pointing at, boys? Why is this taking so long? Whatever you're pointing at, it's taking a long time. Oh, and then Raven's back too. Yay. Ugh. Right. Santa Kira's new nickname is Ragdoll. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty damn much. Probably saying I was never a fan of Sammy Callahan. Yeah. Oh, why do we need this? Why do we need this? The calling is done. They should have been done a long time ago. And then Raven turns on the other guys in the slowest fashion ever. And the big stupid doofus with the mask on just standing there watching. That was the worst. Oh, like, that was so bad. That was the slowest piece of garbage I've ever seen. Like, to see 3 big men just stand there watching 90-year-old Raven holding a kendo stick and just waiting for their turn to get hit in the face. Oh, just all kinds of dumb in that whole matchup, that finish, that overstuffed ending. Just awful, awful. His chosen one. Raven has made his found his chosen one in Akira. Yes. Yeah. The guy who has lost every matchup. Man, Raven, you really know how to pick him, don't you, brother? Yeah, I like this guy. He spends a lot of time on his back, getting pinned, getting cut, getting bullied around, using stupid ass staple guns. Yeah, that's just great. Yes, whatever. Bobby saying, I don't need to see Ricky Shane Page and Sammy Callahan on TV. I would rather have wanted to see Matt Riddle or Matt Cardona. And then Brian saying, another old dude. I'm glad they're spending their WWE money wisely. I don't get it. It's like they have this opportunity to really go out there and try to get some. So Kojima versus Suzuki at Invitation Games. Again, not going after the young guys at all, Brian. Not one bit. I don't know why. Like, why are they not going after some of the young talent out there to build new stars and get them ready for being the top of MLW? They can't rely on this shit. It's not sustainable. Bobby saying, can they bring in Mustafa Ali or Shelton Benjamin? I would be happy with either one of those guys being in MLW, even for a couple spots, but they really need to focus on building tomorrow's roster. They need to have some up and coming stars. I mean, bringing Mods Kruger back is a fantastic touch. I'm happy about that, but you're talking about one person. You're talking about Mods Kruger, and that's it. There was nothing else added to that. We didn't see any other returns in it. We don't know if it's just going to be Mods on his own. The Black Handed Contra, not so much a faction, but just a single handed monster, which, again, great. I like Mods Kruger a whole hell of a lot. So that's fantastic news. But like Brian's saying, you keep bringing in all these old guys. What's left there for the time to build your next stars? Like Alex Kane benefited from the fact that they had Fusion Television with segments in between and stuff like that to grow to the top. And if they're gonna do cards like this where they're live like this, they got to really start having matchups where they're putting these guys out there and building them for tomorrow and having the quality matchups. Well, Mods Kruger promo. All right, so challenge laid down February the 17th. Jacob Fatu being marked by the Black Hand of Contra. Obviously, maybe someone could show up in the next match or the main event match. That is very possible. Brian saying they are building a bunch of weak ass factions. Yeah, there we go. So we'll see what this brings to the table. We got Averno versus Mystico. So we'll see what they do in building for tomorrow right here. So here is our first look at Averno here in MLW. Like the entrance. The entrance is solid. Bobby excited about the whole Jacob Batu, Mods Kruger war continuing. Bobby getting your pick in. What do you got? Bobby saying picking Mystico because this is the first time that I'm watching Melina De La Renta's client. They're selling him like he's a veteran of the ring there on commentary, making him sound very like a big deal. But again, you're bringing in Mystico, and the way they announced him last time, you think that they'd be bringing him in with the idea of pushing him. But you just never know when it comes to Selena De La Renta and her clients. Oh, Oh, there's the Aztec Underground symbol. There he is. There's Cesar Duran. There you go, Bobby. You got that one. He asks Miss Me, and like one person in the audience starts clapping. Well, asking who wants lucha. I like this question. Brian asking, does Selena have anyone in her stable that is taller than her? Not to my knowledge. No, she definitely likes hanging out with the shorter people of the world for sure. Looks like Mystico going to be representing Cesar Duran and Azteca Underground here tonight. Oh, that was too funny. So, is that intentional or what was the deal? Like on the video screen there, did anybody else see that? That it almost looked like it glitched back to instead of being on the video, it glitched back to whoever's laptop is connected to the video feed, and you got the Windows desktop on the video screen. Fantastic. Bobby saying they could use us on MLW Radio. I would love to be part of MLW Radio. MLW Radio. Go and take a listen to Thursday nights with myself and Papa Spokes, and you'll know what you're missing out on when it comes to the best MLW show that you could possibly have on MLW Radio. So these guys apparently know each other really, really well. Cross paths many times before. Clearly, that they've got both that. And they could use the, of course, they could use the stats first. We wouldn't be able to get through the show without you, Bobby. We always need your stats around. You know, you're always our third partner in crime there in the chat, always helping us out with the stats. That's why you got the nickname, my friend. If they let these two have a decent lucha match here, I mean, it could be good. Actually, kind of shocked to see that we got two one-on-one like middleweight lucha type style matchups on this card too, because they do like to often do these like multi wrestler matchups when it comes to the middleweight division quite frequently. Hey, Mystico down to the outside of the ring. Verno's got control of everything. Remember that ticker that's been going at the bottom of the screen is where you can find all things our local establishment. And speaking of our local establishment, it's Astrid Pizarro. How are you doing, Astrid? Thank you for joining here today. I know that you're busy getting that pre-tape done for the preview show for NXT Vengeance Day, along with Ed Fries and your very special guest. Hopefully that's going well. Let me know what time that is planned to be dropping and going live. as we are now at the believe the second last match of the night. So this will be the world title match coming up next after this one-on-one encounter between Mystico and Averno, and Bobby saying hello to Astrid as well too. And remember that you're going to be able to join Astrid and Ed live after Vengeance Day tomorrow night to get the full scoop on all the insight with their post show for NXT Vengeance Day. Busy weekend for us all here at our local establishment. We appreciate all the love and support, and everybody who's been hanging out in the chat tonight. I thank you. It's been awesome having you all here. And remember, you can also catch me tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time for more Point of View. I'm going to be playing some video games tomorrow, having some fun. We can talk all things pop culture. Make sure to get your questions in. We can even talk about some pro wrestling if you want to. It's all you from Point of View tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Well, Vernal looking like he's going to try to rip the mask of Mystico here. Big no-no. Didn't quite get it. Bobby said, I'm looking forward to watching Suzuki versus Kojima at MLW Intimidation Games. And again, remember that match could end up being for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship if Kojima is to be successful here tonight against Alex Kane in our main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. That would make that matchup become the championship matchup at Intimidation Games. But other than that, if Alex Kane is victorious here tonight, we might have to wait to find out who will step up to the challenge to fight the Beaumoyer Fight Club captain and step up to that championship. Not a bad match so far, I'd say. Pretty solid luchador match so far. Not a whole lot of goofiness or anything like that. Some solid work from Mystico. It seems like they're making a callback to the storylines that didn't really get proper answers to them previously. You know, with Mods Kruger coming back, with Cesar Duran coming back here tonight, they're kind of playing back into the hand of things that happened before. Bobby saying lineup challengers for Alex Kane and Janai Kai. Again, I really wish Janai Kai would have been on the card here tonight, Bobby. I'm kind of a little ticked that they didn't have one featherweight matchup on this main card. They could have done without that stupid Sami Callahan matchup and put the women on here. It would have been a hell of a lot better. And in fact, that Callahan match has been the only downfall to this card. Other than that, this card has been solid all the way through, and I am loving that point. Astrid saying hello back to Bobby as well, too. I think it looks like they're going to keep pretty strict to the 2 hours. Might go a little over the second hour here for Super Fight tonight. Again, Intimidation Games, I believe, is the one that lands on a Thursday, so that'll be on Ring Respect Radio night. I'll have to check what time that starts because it might be a special start time for us on Ring Respect Radio that way, and we will still that means we will still have ample opportunity to wrap up and be ready because again, this Thursday night it starts the Honor Ramble. It's going to be Auntie Collins and Kyle Sparks bringing you all the scoop of Ring of Honor right following the Ring Respect Radio every Thursday night here at our local establishment. Bobby saying, let's hope we have a women's match at MLW Intimidation Games. Yes, sir. And you know that they did have the featherweight matchup that was on the tapings earlier, so we will have that release on YouTube coming up shortly within the month here. And of course, once that happens, I will probably do another one of those as a watch along on Point of View that same weekend. But now we got both Selena De La Renta and Cesar Duran wanting to watch their clients win here tonight. Cesar Duran wanting to make an instant impact upon his return here, bringing in Azteca Underground and bringing in Mystico. Close on that account, but Averno kicking out. This match is still alive. But gotta say, again, decent matchup so far. I'm enjoying. Nothing to really dislike about it, other than they can stop going to the outside of the ring already. It's been a lot of times in a row where they get a couple of things going and then they go to the outside. I know luchadors love doing that. It's a lucha thing. They want to get their spots into the outside, but they've done it so many times in a short succession that it's getting a little bit too much. But if they could pull back on that just a little bit, this match would be right up there. But it is a good match. Like this match, says Bobby. Yes, I do too. It is good. And again, they're adding that bonus of the return storyline between Selena De La Renta and Cesar Duran. So, yeah, this is definitely leaps and bounds ahead of anything they did at Kings of Colosseum. Kings of Colosseum still felt like they weren't thinking, they weren't ready to make any decent moves or anything like that. It was a mess, I found. But that is another story here tonight. Super fight. The card I did not expect ends up being the card I end up liking. -1 match. Kick out there. This match continues. Ryan saying, I'm done with the leaping out of the ring. It's too choreographed, requires the guy outside to linger like a moron for too long. That's kind of my beef with it too. There's a ways around it at times if you really are sharp at it, but it's been done to death and it's kind of losing all meaning as a result. So the rope used there, Mystico gets out of this thing. Match continues back and forth between these two, giving it all they've got. Bobby saying MLW Fusion tapes for January were great with the women's matches and Alex Keane and Matt Riddle match against Tom Lawler, Josh Bishop. It ended up that card was way more solid than the actual live card I found. Oh, Roberto just about to win there, but Mystico kicked out in the nick of time. Gary coming in. It's usually the way when you don't expect much, you're often pleasantly surprised. Exactly. That's the thing. Kings of Colosseum, I was hyped and ready to watch a show, and I was horribly let down, in my opinion, other than a couple of matches. Here tonight, I had zero expectation because looking at it, even when we were talking about it on Thursday night, as I was going back and forth, I'm like, man, am I invested in any of this? And here we are today, and I kept thinking to myself, I'm not as big on this card as I want to be, and I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, damn, they've silenced me. I'm getting a lot of one-on-one matchups, a lot of solid booking decisions. Again, one matchup that I didn't care for, but if it's only that matchup, that is huge. I'd be hard pressed to find a wrestling card that doesn't have one matchup I don't like. It's not very often that I like a card top to bottom. Bobby saying AAW Collision have two women's matches on the card. Good, good. They've got a lot of women's talent there. They should be using them. They got a lot of good women's talent there too. Fans really enjoying this one. Really giving quite a bit of time to these matchups here tonight, and yet been so quick with getting people out there, getting the entrances done and everything, and not carrying on for too long that it's been all right. Verno kicking out of that one. Close call, though. Oh, the good old Mad TV segment, right, Brian? Lowered expectations. Bobby saying, are they doing this because Mercedes Monet could be going to AEW possibly? Very possible. Who knows? Might see Mercedes showing up there very, very soon. Oh, man. Gotta be it. No, Mystico just in the nick of time manages to kick out of that. A lot of anger coming from Verno's corner. They believe that it should have been a 3 count already. Verno now getting in the face of Cesar Duran out in the apron. Going to the top ropes, but that slight bit of hesitation from Verno is going to cost him because Mystico leaps to life onto the top rope. Well, and there's that Spanish fly that I said would happen sometime tonight. Still only a 2 3/4 count. Mystico not picking up the victory. This match still continues. Oh, there's a tap out, Mystico. What a finish. That was a nice finisher. I like that. That was solid. Good match. Another good match. Good debut for Mystico. Vernal looked good. Well done. Very well done. The fans on their feet for Mystico. Obviously, impactful debut. The Philly crowd loving it. Loving the return of Cesar Duran here. El Jefe now back in the company. Just in time for you, Brian. Remember, you're going to the Aztec Underground show. So Cesar Duran is coming back just for you, Brian. Bobby gets another prediction victory here tonight. He sure does. Then you're going to have to pick that main event coming up here soon, Bobby. See if you only get that one blemish from the Sami Callihan match. And they're going to get right on with this heavyweight matchup right away, I'm sure. Probably going to go just over the 2 hour mark, but not by a whole lot. I can't imagine they're going to allow this one to go for too long. And good job to the new commentator here tonight, working with Dombrowski. He is fit in quite nicely. Oh, breaking news. Oh, Mystico versus Rocky Romero, February the 29th at Intimidation Games for the belt. Middleweight championship on the line. Mystico and Rocky Romero. That should be a good one. Oh, okay. And Burning Crush. It's a backline brawl between Jacob Fatu, Mods Kruger. That one's the one that's good. So that would have been from the tapings then, because that's coming out Saturday, February the 17th on YouTube. that'll be the next set of tapings that are free over on the YouTube side. So that'll mean that on the February 18th edition of Point of View, we will watch that particular card there. So yeah, those are looking like good cards, Bobby. I'm really excited for it. Now we got Don King talking the accolades of Alex Kane, the world champion. Yeah, the name is kind of awkward. I a burning crush. I know. I agree with you there, Brian. Hopefully the card is good because the name is something. I want to go check in with your doctor if you got a burning crush. Here we go. Main event time. Main event time. Championship time. They're showing the video package of Alex Kane with his wins, his defenses. Come on, Brian. Even you got to admit that slowly but surely, Alex Kane is turning you into a believer. Bobby, I guarantee you, Papa Smokes is ecstatic that Mods Kruger is back in MLW. 100%. Papa Smoke's definitely a massive, massive fan of Mods Kruger. Bobby said, I'm rooting for Alex Kane. I am too. Kojima's, I like Kojima. I respect Kojima's career, but Kojima is there to make the champ look awesome. I mean, pound for pound, they're about the same. 240 pounds versus 238. We got 6 foot and 5'11. I mean, height wise, they're about the same. Weight wise, they're about the same. It's the styles, their signature moves that make the difference between Alex Kane and Kojima here tonight. That and experience. Obviously, Kane only 6 years in a professional wrestling ring so far, as where Kojima, it's a little more than six, we gotta say. Here he comes. Ready to eat bread and kick some ass. It's Satoshi Kojima. Bobby saying he likes Kojima as well too. Yeah, of course. Satoshi Kojima gonna go for the MLW championship. He would be the first ever two-time MLW World Heavyweight Champion if he is successful in this matchup against the champion Alex Kane. Uh, Brian saying not yet, but I like Monster being back too. What if Cesar Duran have a girl going to after Janai Kai's MLW World? I wouldn't be surprised if there's something planned. He could be bringing one of the lucha ladies there, the luchadoras from CMLL that we've seen previously here, or maybe somebody new entirely. As now we're getting the entrance for the Bullmaye Fight Club on that ramp. Here comes Papa Smokes' close personal friend, Mr. Thomas. And Faye Jackson coming down to the ring as well, too. Minus Jay Bougie, who has been absent from the Omae Fight Club as of late, out doing his own thing amongst many companies right now, is Jay Bougie in a lot of bookings there. And here comes the champion. Bobby saying maybe someone like Stephanie McCurr. That yeah, that would be great. Yeah, presentation for the Beaumaye Fight Club is great. It makes Alex Kane feel like a big deal. It makes that title feel like a big deal. They put it over big time, being the defenses that he's had, the successes that he's had. But I do have a feeling again with this matchup that the way this night's been going, we see Alex Kane take a victory here, and his next challenger is going to be showing up. Like how the match has a 60-minute time limit. We ain't going 60 minutes. Right, saying a real champion wouldn't let all the BS factions be around. Hogan would have cleaned up. Yeah, well, that's called politicking, my friend. It's not called being a tough guy. It's totally politicking. Ash would say, "Sorry, we were recording. Can't wait to premiere it tomorrow. Awesome. Can't wait to see it as well too. How's the show? The show has been great. Outside of Sammy Callahan's garbage matchup, every other matchup has been solid. We're in the main event now. It's going to be Alex Kane and Kojima for the belt. We've seen Cesar Duran return tonight. Mods Kruger return tonight. So all in all, good show so far. Bobby saying, I hope another former WWE wrestler, New Japan Pro wrestler comes for Alex Kane at live by the end of tonight. Again, fingers crossed that one day we could still see that Shelton Benjamin Alex Kane match. I would love to see it, but who knows? I'm curious what their plans are for Alex Kane when he steamrolls Kojima here tonight. Who are they going to have ready for the intimidation card? And you can tell Boom IA is for the people. No Sammy slander on stream, sir. Good thing you weren't here during the match. That's all it was from me and the audience. Maybe Matt Riddle or David Finlay. Could be them. Again, Matt Riddle hasn't been seen here tonight on the main card, so it could be possible that he's going after Alex Kane. Could be a oh blocked. You'd be blocking everybody in the chat here tonight, though, Astor. We were all on board. Not Sammy Callahan fans here on this side of the fence. I've never understood Callahan. I just don't get it. It just doesn't work for me. But I do like me some Alex Kane. There we go. Let's get back on track with the Alex Kane conversation. Really, that's an interesting fact that no other wrestler has choked out as many opponents to retain the championship in the history of the company than Alex Kane. Alex Kane holds that accolade. Quite the accolade to hold. Kojima giving him something to think about here. Bobby wanted to know if I would have Ava Everett on the MLW women's featherweight bracket. I believe that would be for when we do the Viewers Choice Championship tournament again over on Ring Respect Radio. Definitely Ava Everett was somebody that I would consider for that. I know she only had the one matchup, but I like Ava Everett's work. I like that match she had with Delmy on MLW, so I'd be more than happy to see that happen. All right, put this thing back in the ring. Oh, and Kane just throwing Kojima right into that steel post on the outside. Looks out. Alex Kane now going for that cover. Only gets a two though. Bobby saying, yeah, since she had a match at MLW's, never say never. Right. No one's DDT'd more people than Jake the Snake. That's a BS stat. Oh, come on. Let Alex Kane have his chest stat there, Brian. Don't be upset just because you started taking the side of the World Titan Federation and my man right there, Alex Kane, still standing tall with the Beaumont Fight Club. That gold looks good when over there on the side of Beaumont. You know, with the fact that Faye Jackson's been out there with the Beaumont Fight Club a lot, I'd like to see Faye Jackson compete in a match on MLW. Not just be part of the entourage. I'd actually like to see them utilize Faye Jackson in a matchup at some point. Well, Kane with the nonchalant pin, very cocky. Yeah. Bobby saying I liked Rocky Romero's title reign. It's been a good MLW middleweight championship reign so far with Rocky Romero. Glad that they played a lot of kind of like hot potato with that belt for a while there. So I'm glad that they've stuck to their guns with Rocky Romero. And they've stuck to their guns here with Alex Kane. Unfortunately, they've stuck to their guns with Ricky Shane Page as well, too. I'd like to see that title change hands at least. The WTF victories have started. Yeah, Davey Boy Smith Jr. picking up a big W for the World Titan Federation here tonight. Alex Kane prevented Kojima from coming off the top ropes, now taking him down. Alex Kane now just taking his time with Kojima. Maybe not the best practice. Now Kojima fighting back. Center of the ring DDT on Alex Kane. The champion's now out. Kojima needs to take this opportunity, get in there. That should have been a cover, but wait, taking his time. Might be making a mistake. You want to go after the champ. You want to go after him quickly. Don't give him that window. Not if you want to become the new champ here tonight. Again, that window left open. Alex Kane now taking control. Bobby saying MLW should bring him in to scout their free agents to bring in. And yeah, well, you got your eye on the independent scene. I give you that, Bobby. You know a lot about independent wrestling, and credit to you for it. I love independent wrestling. I have a bond when it comes, sorry, I have a bond when it comes to independent wrestling. I really, really enjoy it. I really like keeping an eye on the future of professional wrestling. Again, I have that connection with it too. Doing Prairie Pro Wrestling and High Impact Wrestling before that has made me, appreciate the smaller companies and the independent companies out there, in the way that they put their productions together. The ankle lock that Alex Kane now putting on Kojima, but Kojima trying to get his way to the ropes. And he's getting close. He's almost there. He's got it. There it is. We're gonna have to break that lock. Bobby saying who should be Faye Jackson's first opponent? Good question there, Bobby. I mean, it depends what direction they're going with the Beaumont Fight Club. If they want to go a specific direction with the World Titan Federation, then you might want to have her going in there with Zeta Steel. But they might have some other people coming in here too that might be perfectly in line for Faye Jackson in a first match as well too. So I don't know what the answer is. That too. Gain close there, 2 3/4, not enough though. Kojima stays alive. Match continues. And again, just past the 2 hour mark now, so I'd imagine they're coming close to going home on this matchup. Ryan wants to know what's it going to take to get El Assassino on Triple R for an interview. We have had so here's funny about that. El Assassino, back when he was doing his stuff with the Los Rudos and HIW, the first interview of any kind I ever did was with El Assassino and Dice Steel of Los Rudos on my show, back when it was called Rob's Rock and Wrestling. Um, we have had him on the Bro Show, which has been featured on the Video Bros Network there for an interview. So there was that opportunity that we had. It sometimes depends on his schedule, and I fear reaching out to El Assassino because usually what I do, I get an earful. I usually get called a lot of names in the process. I, I, as you can tell, El Assassino doesn't exactly respect me quite as much as he respects old Pop Smokes. Obviously, and what if Alex Kane had someone in mind to join the Beaumont? He might again. I possibly. I don't know how much they're going to keep growing Beaumont in terms of the in-ring talent so much as they are going to keep it with the entourage on the outside right now that seems to be the big presence for the Beaumont Fight Club. Close lariat from the Kojima to Alex Kane. Alex Kane now center of the ring, completely out of it. Kojima now hooking that leg. One. Oh, only one though. Alex Kane kicking out. Champ still got that fight. Lariato from Kojima, center of the ring, hooked leg. What the hell just happened? Whoa, wait, hold on here. We have a new what new MLW World Champ. Whoa, just wait. What and why and This is the first time someone's ever been the two-time MLW World Heavy. This is a transitional champion. Where is Alex Kane going? What the hell is happening? I, I'm stunned here. I don't know what to think. I This came out of nowhere. Wait, who? I'm at a loss for words. I don't know. Like I did not. I never in a million years, and this is no disrespect at all to Satoshi Kojima. I never would have predicted this. Never. Wow. Um. Okay. That is going to be your world title match then at Intimidation Games. Oh yeah, you're nice and happy now, aren't you, Brian? Now that Alex Kane has been dethroned, you're all happy. I am still stunned. Oh, Kojima. I mean, he's great. He's fun. It's just I'm stunned. I hope Alex Kane is late. Who knows after that, Bobby? I am shocked. That seemed like an abrupt end to his title reign. Wow. Now they're celebrating, drinking beer. Sure, there's going to be a whole lot of bread eating going on here. But yeah, Satoshi Kojima is the new MLW World Heavyweight Champion in a match that nobody would have predicted that we would see the first ever two-time MLW World Heavyweight Champion come about. Stunned, shocked. I I'm not mad. The match was good. I'm just stunned. Ryan saying I do think MLW changed Kane, even though I didn't like him. I just I it came out of nowhere. Like it's really shocking. Will they do this to Janai Kai? I hope not. I really hope not, Bobby. And there he is, the champ, and we've already got our world title match set for the next card. No response for a re-challenge from Alex Kane, so presumably is Alex Kane even going to be on the next card at this point in time? Huh. Here I am talking the whole night about who they're going to line up for Alex Kane next, and just completely swerved me on this one. That's going to be it. They're going off the air. That is the entire card. No more shocking surprises. Good card, though. I mean, not disappointed with the card as a whole. This was a solid MLW super fight, so good for them for bringing the battle here tonight. Oh, another little blip of Contra right at the end there. And then Thursday, February 29th is what they're showing here, New York City, and that's the Intimidation game. So that is the Thursday night one that we'll be end up having to do on Ring Respect Radio. And yes, I thought shockingly, this was a really solid card from MLW. Brian saying great show out of nowhere. I agree. I did not expect this to be as solid of a card as it was. Well done by MLW. Thankful that they were able to give us something. Really happy to see that. Just having a look here on the Twitch side of things, and I believe Mike the Ref has gone live over on his channel. So right here, before I wrap up, I'm going to send the Twitch side of things, if you're over on Twitch, over to my good friend Mike the Ref. Say hello from Bobby Munson. Mike the Ref is a wonderful guy. Backbreaker Media. He does a lot of gaming, a lot of talk professional wrestling, AEW sidecast, and somebody who has helped me a lot in this industry as well, too. So say hello to my good friend Mike the Ref if you are over on the Twitch side of things, as that raid is heading on over his way in a couple of more seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and let you know about where you can find myself, Bobby Munson, coming up. That raid has now gone out. Bobby saying, I'm looking forward to watching the next MLW special and Intimidation games. I agree. Mods Kruger's back. Astrid, yes, Backbreaker Media. Of course, Astrid does work with Backbreaker Media as well, too. And our good friend, Mike, the good mutual friend, Mike the Ref, wonderful human being. And there we go. There's my ticker. That's where you can find me, Bobby Munson. Reach out to me. You can also check out my personal Twitch stream. It's videobro_Bobby Munson. You're going to be able to find me tomorrow right here with you guys playing some video games on Point of View. That kicks off at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And you're going to be able to catch Ed and Astrid all day tomorrow, both with the pre-tape of the preview show for Vengeance Day, as well as the live Vengeance Day post-show tomorrow night. So make sure that you're checking both of those things out tomorrow here on the channel. Again, myself and Papa Smokes are going to be coming back this Thursday, and we've got a hell of a show lined up for you. Myself and Papa Smokes are going to be bringing you on Ring Respect Radio an interview with the Short Kings. Yes, the Short Kings from the Short Kings podcast are going to be joining the Video Bros live on stream here Thursday night. Good night to you as well, too, Astrid. Thank you for stopping by the show. Hope everything goes well on your streams tomorrow. I want to thank every single one of you who stopped by on this live stream, or if you've stopped by on the show on YouTube afterwards. Thank you, everyone, for everything you do in support of this channel and in support of me as well, too. It has been a wonderful time. Appreciate you all being here. Have a good night. Take care. I'm Bobby Munson.